Good morning. My name is Alex Pennington, and we are the Aspiring Writers United. There are a lot of misconceptions about publishing, but there's usually a very cold, hard truth that we all need to accept. If you are a new writer, you've probably went onto the internet and searched, what are my chances of getting published? We've all done this, and if we're being honest, this only made us feel more unmotivated. If you want to crush your dreams, go look up the probability that you will be successful. It's really scary. The truth is that 90% of books are written by about 10% of authors, 10% of people who actually try to get their book published. It's not very good odds, if we're being honest. Something you need to think about is what you do with this information. Because it's not just books, it's musicians, it's jobs, it's sports careers, it's acting, television, movies, it's everything. The most content is made by a very small amount of people. If you went and took, say, the top grossing movies in the US from the last year, how many actors would you see repeated? I bet you'd see The Rock in quite a few of them. And it's the same with authors. I mean, look at Brandon Sanderson. I have him on my shelf. Or Sarah J. Maas. These authors have a lot of books. They do really well. But, for every Sarah J. Maas or Brandon Sanderson, there are a lot of authors who were not published. So what do you do with that information? Well, you have two options. You can be sad and go, wow, there's like no chance I will ever get published. It's impossible. Or you can go, okay, so it's not going to be easy for me to get published. I knew that already. What can I do to increase the probabilities that I will get published? Because it's not like it really makes a difference whether you know this or not. It's the fact that you go, oh my gosh, it's really hard to get published. You already knew that. It's not a surprise. And yeah, you can do self-publishing, which is okay, but everyone can do it. And the probability that you're going to be uber successful as a self-published author, it's not giant, which is why I personally advocate for the traditional route. But you can. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, traditional publishing will always beat self-publishing. 100% every single time. It's how you're going to actually have a career. And so what do you do then? You say, okay, what are factors that I can do that will maximize my probability of success? The first one, write an amazing book and do not give up. You're going to get rejected by agents. You're going to get rejected by publishers. It's life. It happens. And you need to be okay with that and go, okay, no, this rejection does not mean I'm a terrible author. It doesn't mean I'm just a horrible writer who should never write another book ever. You go, okay, yeah, it didn't work out. Maybe there are some things that I'm not understanding. Maybe things about grammar, story structure, plot. Guys, I've had to read books on this stuff because I just didn't know. It's not something people learn in high school. It's not intuitive. You have to actually read a lot. They're the reason people do get degrees in this. There's a lot of information you need to consume. But what else? I can have a giant social media presence. I can make connections. I can review. I can make videos. I can tweet. I can do news stuff. There are so many things that you can do that will make you stand out. And that's really what you need to focus on. What can you do to stand out amongst the others while also writing? Because no, you can't just do one and ignore all the others. It doesn't work that way. But you need to strategize. You need to make a plan to make yourself stand out amongst the agents. But the biggest thing you can do, if you are wanting to get published, you probably just looked up the probability, you're feeling a bit sad, because we always do. It's always a little discouraging. I mean, it's not surprising. It's like we all know that the chance of getting published are small. It's a fact. But to actually see it makes you go, oh my gosh, maybe I never will get published. It's like, well, you already knew this. Keep writing. And I'm sorry, but if your motivation to be a published author is that you want to be an instant bestseller and be making $1 million next year, that's not a good motivation. It's just not. Go work some other job. At the end of the day, you need to write for yourself. You need to be doing this because you love writing. You have a story to tell, and it doesn't matter if you tell it in 1 year or 10 years. That's scary, but it's reality. And what you can count on is that you will grow as an author. You will grow as a writer, a reader. You will grow as a person over time. That's what this is about. The career of a writer isn't about instant success. I became a millionaire overnight. Yeah, it'd be nice, but it usually doesn't happen that way. But what you can count on is that if you keep writing, if you keep reading, if you keep studying the craft, if you keep growing your social media, your influence, your presence, you can guarantee that you are going to be significantly better in every single dimension in a year from now, certainly in 10 years, than you would be if you just gave up and quit. The journey of a writer is not about perfection. It's not about instant success. It's all about progress. It's about watching yourself go from somebody who's not very good at this to somebody who's a successful author. And you just have to keep trying. And yeah, you're going to hit roadblocks. Life will happen. You'll take breaks. You'll go through periods where you go, I don't know if this is right, or this story idea isn't working. That's fine. That's life. It happens. You'll get past it. We all do. But you just have to keep trying. It doesn't matter the probability of success. It really doesn't. It can be 1%. It can be 1,000th of a percentage. If this is what you want to do, you're going to do it. Because every author behind me, everyone on that shelf, they read the same information. They had the same statistics of success. It's not easy. Everyone knows there's a very small window of people who succeed. But they kept writing. And they kept trying. And they got hundreds of rejections. Like, it's going to happen. But they just kept going. And that's what you have to do. You can't be bogged down. You can't, be left in the pit, in the mire. You gotta go, wow, this is really sad. I was hoping it would be, I don't know what you were hoping for. It's not like we knew this was a mystery. We know it's a very small probability of people who get published. It just is. But then you have to pick yourself up. You have to go, okay, what can I do to increase the chance of success for myself? And you have to start doing that. And no, you don't have to do it all instantly. Maybe make a video like I'm doing. It's pretty fun. Maybe get on Twitter. Join my amazing Facebook group, the Aspiring Writers United, who just broke 120,000 people. Just a little plug. Do something. Read more. Write more. Tweet more. Make connections. Go to conferences. If you are looking for a way to improve your probability of success as an author, there are a lot of options. It's not like there's nothing you can do. There is so much you can do that it's overwhelming. Just make sure that you don't get discouraged. Yeah, maybe it's a little sad at first, and it hits, and you go through a little period where you're like, I don't know if I can do this. But dust yourself off. Stand back up. You'll be okay. Everyone on that shelf, they did the same thing. I mean, the author of Dune, he was rejected like 40 times, over and over and over and over. Just nobody wanted it. And then he became the super mega science fiction bestseller. Jaws was rejected. Sarah J. Maas many times. And Leigh Bardugo, everyone. We all get rejected. Brandon Sanderson had to write 10 big books that all got rejected before finding the one that made him who he is today. It just takes time and effort. It's not easy. But it is possible. If you want proof that you can be a successful writer, just go to the bookstore. you're surrounded by proof. It's possible. So yeah, it's a cold hard truth that it's hard to get published. The small amount of writers actually get published. But it's a known truth. It's an accepted truth. It's not like a grand mystery. We all knew this. So just stand up, keep moving forward, keep writing, and do everything in your power to make it more probable that you'll get published. If you do that, I promise you that you will succeed one day. Thank you all for listening, and comment below your thoughts on this video. Thank you.